Our chronological Bible reading for June 24th is 2 Chronicles chapters 10 through 12. Shechem is a significant place in Scripture. The name literally means shoulder or ridge. It's a place of prominence in northern Israel near Samaria, and we don't know why it was that Rehoboam went there in order to be crowned king. Shechem is the place where Abram entered Canaan back in Genesis 12. In Genesis 33, Shechem is where Jacob settled when he came back to Canaan with his wives and all of his livestock. In Genesis 35, it's where Jacob buried all of the household idols and made a declaration that he and his people were going to follow Yahweh. It's also in Genesis 37, the place where young Joseph went to find his brothers that set in order a chain of events that sent him to Egypt and eventually brought about the redemption of Israel. As we discussed yesterday, Rehoboam rejects the advice of the elders, those who had been advising the wisest man who had ever lived, Solomon. If we were to apply that to modern day Christianity, it would be akin to the leadership humbling themselves and bearing the burden that the people of their congregations are carrying. What is it that the average Christian today is struggling with? Many feel alone. Many feel underutilized and undervalued. Many haven't found the place where they can contribute and use their own gifts. And it shouldn't be this way. It's been said, if you find a job you love to do, you'll never have to work a day in your life. God created each of us with something we love to do. And if we are all able to flow in that specific gift that we were created to do, then all of us will feel satisfied. And sadly, many Christians have gone to church and ministry leaders asking for permission to flow in their gift, to do the thing God is calling them to do, only to be denied or disqualified. If that is you and you feel like you have something to contribute, you feel like God is stirring something within you and you're looking for some support or mentorship on how to flow in whatever that is, please reach out to me through BibleInOrder.com or go to another believer you trust, because it's so imperative that we all do what God is calling us to do. This is the only way for us to advance His kingdom for His glory, for us, the bride of Christ, to become all that He intended us to be. Notice after the people revolt from Rehoboam, he goes back to Jerusalem in chapter 11 and begins fortifying the cities of that region. He strengthens them. He builds walls. He equips them with spears and with shields. He appointed leaders to be over them. He made his cities strong. But then he became complacent. In chapter 12, verse 1, it says, he abandoned the ways of Yahweh. And because he did that, because he turned away from the path that God had for him, God brought judgment. God raised up the king of Egypt. When our enemies come against us, it is often because God is trying to get our attention. It's because we have strayed from the path that we're supposed to be on. If you are having a difficult time in your life, ask yourself and evaluate honestly, have you been obedient to what God has called you to do? Number one, are you living in sin? Are you serving other gods? What is the most valuable thing to you? Think about what is coming out of your mouth. Listen to yourself speak. What is it that you speak most about? If it's not God or what God is doing, chances are you have idols in your heart. God is saying, humble yourself. Rehoboam, when confronted by the prophet, did humble himself. And although there was still war with the king of Egypt, and there was still war against Israel, God says in chapter 12, verse 7, I won't destroy them completely. If they hadn't repented, they would have been destroyed completely. But because they humbled themselves, God said, they're still going to be servants to this foreign king. They need to learn what it's like to serve a foreign king and how that's different from serving me. You see, in serving God, there is freedom. There is joy, because God has created us in such a way that we are only truly satisfied and fulfilled when we are honoring Him and doing what we were created to do. When we become proud and do the things we want or the things that feel good to us rather than what God has called us to do, we're going to be striving. We're going to be putting forth tremendous amounts of effort and not ever getting to our destination. Even if by happenstance God allows you to succeed in whatever it is you're pursuing, you'll find that it's just empty. That's why so many people who are outwardly so successful in relationships, in money, in fame, in fortune, are seeking fulfillment or just to dull the pain through the use of drugs or alcohol or some other thing. But if they were to just submit everything they have to God and say, use me, do with me as you wish. What is it you want me to be working on, Father? They could have such joy. Jesus said the one who seeks to save his own life will lose it, but the one who loses his life for Jesus' sake would find it. If you want to have an abundant, joy-filled, successful life, submit everything to him. Do an honest accounting right now. Ask him, is there anything I've been withholding from you? Lay it all on the altar. Our reasonable act of service is to ourselves become living sacrifices. It's the only path to true, fulfilling joy. It's the only path to a truly abundant life. God bless you, my friends. Thank you for being with me on this journey. We'll see you tomorrow.